Hello?
Hey guys, it's John Branch from the New York Times. How's it going up there?
Good, John. Good to hear from you, man.
Tommy, why are you doing this?
When all this media was exploding, at a certain point, he conveniently, supposedly accidentally dropped his phone. And there's speculation of whether that was intentional or not, but it did actually fall. I'm Josh Lowell. I'm from New York, and we are really excited to be premiering our film, The Dawn Wall, here at IDFA.
I'm Peter Mortimer. I'm the co-director of The Dawn Wall. And yeah, we've been working on this for over a decade now, so it's pretty fun to have our world premiere here finally.
Tommy Caldwell, the main subject of the film, he's a really well-known climber who's been at the top of the rock climbing world for many years. And we started working with him and documenting some of his climbs and his life many, many years ago when he was just a young climber coming up.
We got invited to go on this expedition to Kyrgyzstan.
Just felt like kind of a dream come true. We wake up with these piercing, close gunshots.
Just his backstory alone could be a feature documentary. In the edit, we were interweaving the climb with Tommy's backstory. And I think what's amazing about his story is that it's so clear that all of this adversity is what led him to the Dawn Wall. When he first started dreaming of the Dawn Wall, I think everyone believed it was an impossible climb, but he was so driven that we felt like we just had to follow him and see where it went. The story unravels in the rock climbing, and to really follow the story and really get emotionally invested, we felt like you need to understand rock climbing on a basic level, and you need to understand the pitches and some of the equipment and just the rules of the game of rock climbing.
In general, when we're filming, we're hanging 2,000 or 3,000 feet above the ground, up to 1,000 meters, dangling on ropes, and you have to be clipped in with safety gear, with harnesses and the attachment points so you can move up and down the ropes. And we have a whole spider web of ropes set up so you can move around and position yourself in space to be able to get the really great angles to film them climbing. In Yosemite, because it's a national park, you're actually not allowed to fly helicopters, not allowed to use drones. It's actually very limited what you can do. And because the wall is dead vertical, most of the time we're just hanging from a rope when we're filming, but it's very difficult to get away from the wall and get the grand perspective. You're often just kind of stuck, glued to the wall and trying to lean out, as far as you can. So we did actually devise some pretty complex rope systems using really long ropes going all the way from high up on the wall down to the ground, far away from the base. And then we could hang on another rope above and use that long rope to pull the cameraman away from the wall. So we have some really spectacular angles where the cameraman is dangling, 20 meters away from the wall and 500 meters above the ground. I mean, when these guys did the final successful ascent, they were on the wall for 19 days without coming down. And our team was up there that entire time as well.
And then just one funny thing, during the process of figuring out the climb, they realized they needed the rock to be really cold, just so their fingers wouldn't sweat, like the very fingertips. And the colder it was, the better. It would just make that little difference. So they started climbing in the middle of the night to try to do the really hard pitches. So that added this whole other challenge for the camera team. Not only were we trying to capture the climb, we were trying to light it as well. We weren't trying to make, obviously, a rock climbing movie. We were trying to make a documentary. So it was really important that our cameras weren't just filming the climbing action, but also the life living up there and what it's like to be up there.
Why am I doing this? How can you continue to beat your head against this wall?
It's going to be now or it's going to be never.
I want this for him so badly.
Kevin Jorgeson is stuck.
What happens if he doesn't make it?
Early in the morning, there's this one panel of the wall that illuminates first. And that's why it's called the Dawn Wall.